Friends, you may not know it to look at me, or given the pedigree of many of the references I use in day-to-day language, but I was not yet born in time for the Watergate scandal. Now, I, like everyone, am familiar with the generalities of Watergate, but a little fuzzy on the specifics. And so it was with some interest that I was willing to reapproach the classic movie All the President's Men, which is the movie about Woodward and Bernstein, the Washington Post reporters who stumbled onto the Watergate break-in and then made their careers dogging President Nixon and his associated cronies. Now, I call this movie a classic because that's what society and critical attention has dubbed it. It's, if nothing else, it is a movie on AFI's Top 100 American Movies list. Now, this is not the first time I've seen All the President's Men. I think it's the second, maybe even the third. And my takeaway from it this time is much the same as in previous times, which is that I kind of don't get it. I get that this is an important story, and I get that the movie is certainly well made, and that it stars a couple of big 70s actors in Dustin Hoffman as either Woodward or Bernstein, and Robert Redford as the other, either Woodward or Bernstein. The problem, though, is that in the movie's desire to closely follow the investigation that Woodward and Bernstein launched, that we miss out on character. I leave this movie not really being able to tell you anything about Woodward or Bernstein as people. In fact, so much so that I'm not really sure who's playing who in the movie, because they are largely interchangeable. Dustin Hoffman's reporter is a little more schlubby, and Robert Redford's is a little bit more persnickety, so you have a little bit of an odd couple dynamic, but otherwise the movie is largely just trying to rely on the lead's charisma rather than in telling us anything new or interesting or indeed human about the two reporters that the movie centers on. Now, the movie is still interesting, and it is deliberately paced so that you can follow the investigation and get caught up a little in the investigating. So it is certainly a good movie, but I think it's lacking the human element that makes it a great movie, which is why I'm giving All the President's Men 3.5 stars.